Hey y'all, it's Craig with the Bickums. How's everybody doing today? Today, y'all, we're going to be making a really cute Patriotic welcome gnome waffle wreath. You know, the waffle wreaths are a pancake style wreath that are very thin, that will fit between two doors. And this is the sign that we're going to be using today. Super pretty, super cute little gnome, y'all. The gnomes are doing real well for us. This is the color mesh that we picked out. We're going to stay with that natural color. This is our 3 ribbon combo. We're going to be alternating. So it's going to be very patriotic. Just got us in the patriotic mood here lately. So I hope you enjoy it. If you get some value out of this video, give me a thumbs up, please. Let's get to it and get this waffle wreath built. Alright, so let's get this cute little waffle gnome welcome patriotic wreath going. Got the sign already ready to go with the 4 holes punched in, north, south, east, and west. So we're going to take our little chenille stems, so we'll have that done. We're going to stick them in, and this is we use a 1.5 millimeter and a 1.8 millimeter jewelry punch to punch through these signs. It's just how we like to attach them. Nothing hard about it. Just get them in there about an inch or so, you know, come up, fold it over, and then twist it around. Valentine's Day tomorrow, y'all. So happy Valentine's Day from Craig and Melissa here with the Bickums and Small Town Wreath Shop. So let's get this done. Super easy, y'all. And this is going to be, I've always said these are really fun to do with the kids. They're really simple, nothing fancy about them. This is, you know, a very reasonable priced wreath that we sell, and they'll fit between your 2 doors, your storm door and your screen doors, or whatever you have. All right, so we got that going on. So the sign's ready to go on, so we're going to set it over here to the side. Now we got to get our chenille stems. We use, this is just a Dollar Tree frame, 14-inch Dollar Tree frame, y'all. So we've got 12 chenille stems. We're going to use 12 chenille stems on here. We put them by each one of the crossbars on the inner, and then between it on the out. So just go through. Remember, you have to leave the top. I fold down to the inner part, so you got to leave it about a ½ inch or so longer. That way when you fold all the way down and you twist it, that they come out fairly close to the same length. Doesn't have to be perfect, but try to get it, you know, you're going to be cutting them off, but you need that tie to make sure that you're able to tie all your pretty ribbon and stuff on. That one slid on me. Kind of slid on me a little bit. And just get them snug, and then we go right between on the outside. Same thing, leave that one a little longer on here because you're going to fold out to the outer ring, and that's where you're going to do your twisting at. I kind of squeeze these together. That one will stay, that way it'll stay tight, and that one didn't work out at all. Didn't quite go, it slid on me too. Just keep it in the middle. I just kind of slide it between, about halfway between them. Squeeze a little bit, and there you go. So we're going to get all of these chenille stems on, and then we'll be ready to start putting the mesh on. And I'll kind of show everybody how long I've got my mesh cut on the next step. So let me get all the chenille stems on, and we'll be right back. Alright, so y'all, we've got the 12 chenille stems on. So now we're going to be ready to start putting our mesh on. We're using this pretty burlap with the red, white, and blue foil stripe, and it's going to look really good. It's going to keep that natural, you know, farmy house rustic look that goes along with the sign. So we're going to do the outer ring first. So I'm going to move that out of the way. Remember, you see how they roll up like that? We're going to go opposite. On this wreath, you go opposite, you know, unfold it. And then you just start scrunching down the middle. We got that blue line, that blue foil to kind of follow. And just try to remember to, you know, scrunch it up kind of close. Keep it kind of tight. That way you can hold it good. Hold it good and tight in the middle. Open up. Stick him in there. Let your chenille stem come through where it's split. Make sure it's down in there good and tight in that bottom of that chenille stem. Don't take but a couple twists. And then we're going to overlap. Start kind of unfolding him. And make sure that he lays flat. And remember what I told y'all. If you've got to pull some, then pull it. Kind of hold your chenille stem and start kind of pulling out if you need some. If you're not liking the way that looks. I think this one's going to look alright. He's trying to be a little bit aggravating, but I think it's going to be alright. We're not building the watch. We're building the wreath. Building the wreath, y'all. Alright. We ain't going to spend a whole lot of more time on that. We got to put we're going to put 6 on. Then we're going to start putting our ribbon tails on. That I've got to get the other ones cut. We're going to be using 3 different ribbons. And we're going to alternate on one on top of the other. These wreaths they're really, really lightweight. They're, you know, you don't have, when I say you don't have a lot tied up in them, is because, you know, they're not made out of so much stuff. I mean, you've got, they do get plenty thick enough and full enough that you can't really, you know, you can't tell, especially if you're looking from the street or something, from the road. I really don't mind how the inside looks. I just would rather this outside look really good, you know, because you're going to see that more. Once we start putting all that ribbon in there, everything's going to get covered up. It's just going to start covering up as we go. Get one more, and then we'll get the rest of everything done, and we'll come right back. Just make sure that you push them down all the way in that tie. Get it tied good and snug down close to that frame. And then when you unfold them and overlap them, that's kind of what helps make it stay flat, you know. Just like so. Alright, let me get the other 3 on and we'll be right back. Alright, so we got all 6 of the mesh on the outer rings. So now I've got to get my ribbon tails cut. I've got this set right here already cut. We're going to use 3 different ones. This one we're going to have 12 of. We're going to alternate on top with these. This is a very, very pretty double-sided ribbon. It's got the stars and stripes on one side and the red and white stripes on the inner. So I've got to cut 6. Since we're going to be alternating, I got to do 6 of these. This is a very good ribbon. Very good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lord have mercy. Alright, so we got those 6 done. So we're going to cut them. This is some heavy ribbon, y'all. I mean heavy. So this is like a very, very good quality ribbon. Being that it's double-sided, it's thick. It's really, really thick. So we got those 6. Now we're going to get these 6 right here. This is just the blue and white stripe. Got the red edge with the lace looking red down the middle. So we need 6 of those too. I'm using the ribbon tail board from Miss Jenny Sanchez at Wood Bits and Pieces. 2, and 6. Alright, so we just pull your ribbon tail board out. Go it over to the side. And we're cutting these at 13 inches. Everything's getting cut at 13. The mesh was cut at 15 inches. And now we need to do our dovetailing. So when we dovetail, we're going to actually take one of the red, white, and blue striped, and we're going to stick another color on top. Get them about the same length. Fold them in half. And then we're going to cut our little 45. Makes a really pretty dovetail, really pretty clean dovetail. Make sure you got some good scissors. Just like so. Just like so. And we're going to fold them in half. Alright, so we got one there. And we're going to do one more of these, and then I'll get them all cut. That way y'all can kind of see how you do it. And, you know, if you got one longer than the other, just kind of slide it down and make it about the same on the top as it is on the bottom. Then get your fold. And that's how you're going to keep your ribbons about the same length. Doesn't have to be exact, but you'll keep it a lot closer that way. Just like so. So now we have our dovetails. We're going to alternate with these. So let me get everything cut and I'll be right back. Alright, so we got our tails cut 13 inches. We got everything dovetailed pretty. We're going to alternate the colors. Look how pretty that's going to be, y'all. It just reminds, I don't know why, somebody from Texas going to buy this one. That just reminds me of Texas right there. I don't know why. So scrunch down the middle. This is a very, very thick ribbon. This stars, very heavy ribbon. So it's kind of be a little bit harder to you know, grab. Don't do a bunch of twisting, just a couple twists. That's all you got to do. And you can go ahead. I think you're going to have a lot of this get covered up. So we're going to try to bring, let's try to bring them down. Let's just bring everything kind of down. And we want to separate them a little bit so we can see some of each color. That's kind of what we're going for. Now I will, you know, yank on them, pull on them, but I definitely want the stars to show through. And now we're going to alternate, and we're going to put, thank you. We're going to put the other one on, which is the red and white stripe, and then the blue stripe with the little lace red down the middle. And we're just going to work our way around, and we're going to make sure, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to put the ribbon that's on top that I want to be the more focal. I'm going to try to let it kind of run, you know, away so you can see it more. If that makes sense. Let it run down so it kind of peeks out around the wreath. We'll leave that one up kind of like that. Grab another star one real quick. And we're going to continue the process. These are tough, y'all, because this is some really heavy ribbon. I'm impressed with this ribbon here. It is a double-sided. Anytime you buy a double-sided ribbon, it's got a lot of body to it, and it just holds up really, really well. And we want that stars to go down. You want everything to show nice and pretty. It's all the ribbon is wired ribbon, so it'll stay where you want it. You just got to make it go there. You have to yank on it and pull on it, because when you pull it one way, it wants to go the other. The other end moves. So, alright, so let me finish up the other three, and then we'll be right back. Alright, y'all. So now we've got our ribbon tails on. You can see this one's going to be super pretty, y'all. Telling you, it's just screaming USA. Screaming a little bit of Texas too, so I kind of like that too. I like the look, y'all, really do. So now we're gonna have to put the rest of our, we got 6 more pieces of mesh to put on those top of ties. Kind of, I was hearing something. I didn't know who that was. So we're going to get them 6 pieces of mesh on. Get this thing filling out. And it's just, the more you put on it, the more it fills out. And it's going to be plenty full. Plenty. You're going to see things that are starting to cover up. Gonna be super pretty. Super pretty. Gonna be really super patriotic, that's for sure. So if you're looking for a very durable, a very lightweight wreath to go on your door, you can make these for any season. You can make them for inside if you want. They wind up being about 22-23 inches across and only about 5 inches deep, depth. So that's where they come in, fitting between your doors. If you don't get them quite folded down quite good enough, they will, maybe be closer to 6 inches, but they're very easy to make, very affordable. I sell these wreaths, the waffle style wreaths, for $64.95 plus $20 flat rate shipping. We do ship all over the United States except, or the continental United States. We don't ship to Alaska, we don't ship to Hawaii. We do ship to Canada now. And hopefully we'll ship to Alaska and Hawaii soon. But it's a pretty darn good price for a wreath that actually comes out pretty full. So let me finish up the rest of this mesh and we'll be right back. Alright everybody, we got all the mesh on here. It's filling in quite nicely, if I say so myself. And it's going to be super pretty, y'all. Super pretty. Now it's time to get that sign on. So now, remember what I told y'all, kind of look at it. I'm looking at it on the camera. I kind of like to see, I can look and see kind of where I need to put my top. I think I'm going to let this high spot right here, because I can work on that and get that down. I'm going to let that be the top. So now we're going to nestle him right in there. I'm going to get my handy dandy yarn needle, and I'm going to use that to go through the mesh, get him tied on around that inner. Remember, stay close to your sign. I kind of slide it over, get my fingers around that inner bar, and then I come right inside that bar. Pull it down through. It done got wrapped on this one. You don't want him to be turned like that, he'll kink. Alright, so get him through there. Just kind of get it snug. You ain't gotta, I kind of just push down a little bit and then I pinch it where I want it. Hold it up and then just start wrapping. Wrap it tight so it don't come loose. 4 or 5 times. That's all it needs. Because we're going to come back and we're going to tie it on anyway. But we want it to just stay for now. And I just work myself across from each other. So we did the bottom, now we're going to do the top. I'm going to make sure he's laying right in the center where I wanted him at. Kind of go down, go through, slide it over. Go right over that bar so it's between that inner bar and that middle bar. Don't pull too tight, just get it snug. Pinch it on the bar and then wrap. Two, 3, and 4. And you got plenty of chenille stem, so don't be afraid to wrap it a few times. And then we're going to come back and do some half hitches once we get it finished. But these little yarn needles, especially on the wreaths that are really you know, thick, have a lot more mesh. They're really good to help get, you know, get that chenille stem down through there. Just pinch it and start wrapping it. 3, 4. You don't have to do a whole lot right now. 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to do. Get it pulled down enough. I'm just leaving the, you know, all the excess is hanging down. We'll come back and tie. And just make sure when you get it tied in that you kind of get it kind of level, you know, so it looks kind of straight. That's mighty nice. Mighty nice. If it falls by one of your ties, I'm just kind of going right there beside it. Go right around it. Alright, so we got the sign on. I'll come back and I'll tie everything on later. Now we get to start alternating again. So we got the top 6. Just take your pick. You know, this is this color. So I'm going to start with the opposite color close to this one. That way it kind of, you know, it's still going to be close to the same color at some point. So it doesn't really matter where you start. But I'm going to at least look at it and see if I can figure out a better place to start. And just start tying them in. Now here's where we get to start, you know, turning them like we want. These are all going to be on top. So I want these to separate, work their way around that sign, you know, kind of pretty good so we can see both colors. You can separate them. Sometimes I do them in an X where you do, you know, do them like this. This time I'm just going to let them run just like so. I may do opposite next time where the stars get to show a little bit more. We'll see. And you can go back, you can switch them whatever you want. Just make them lay like you like it. Make it like you want it. This ribbon is something else. It's a really heavy ribbon, y'all. Alright. Tie it down in there good. Couple twists. And I'm going to pull the stars down this time. Let them stars kind of go down. And let that red, white, and white stripes stay up. And this ribbon's so thick, y'all, you can push out that little center part right there. It's going to get covered up with the tubing, but get some of those little wrinkles out in the middle where it's kind of tied together. Alright, so let me keep going, y'all, and I'm going to get all the ribbon tied on, and I will be right back. Alright, now we got everything on except the tubing, so we're going to move on to that next step. Look how full and pretty this thing is, y'all. If this doesn't scream patriotic, I don't know what does. Super, super, super cute. Alright, so we're going to use a red tubing, just a regular Dollar Tree mesh tubing is all we're going to do. We're going to make some little small loops, you know, about, I don't know, about yay big. I think they wind up coming out about 5 or 6 inches long between the two loops. We're going to make 2, and then we're going to cut, and then we're going to tie the tubing right on top of the, you know, in every tie. Twist 2 or 3 times, and then we're going to cut it off. Lord, I know I got FedEx coming, y'all. Supposed to have a bed for my son. Lord bless my soul. So just get them twisted up like that. Just make sure that the tubing runs, you know, not like that over your sign. Make sure it kind of runs around the sign. Make sure they lay like you want them. That's just the way I like them. And try to make them about the same size, you know. It doesn't have to be exact, but try to get them kind of close. Just kind of, sort of close. There we go. Alright, so let me get the rest of this tubing on, and we'll be back and you can see the finished product, y'all. Alright, y'all, so we got all the tubing on. So now what we have to do is we have to go around, we have to cut all this excess from these pipe cleaners or chenille stems. So we just kind of get in there, don't get too close. Get them cut. Using my little wire cutters from Lowe's. You can twist on them a couple more if you need to. Now I'm not going to leave them poking up. We're going to actually we're going to fold them over so they don't poke anybody. So we're going to twist them toward the inside, just like so. Just bend them down. Make sure your chenille stem, make sure your tubing is facing like you want it when you bend it in. Alright, so we got those. Let's cut these 6 outer ones and we'll be done. And we'll have a pretty little patriotic waffle. I'm just going to bend them down. You don't want those poking anybody, y'all. So when you cut them off, it makes it neater. Just fold it down. Keep turning it around till you get them all. Just take your time. And I just fold them all the way up underneath the ribbon and the tubing. All the way down. That way it's poking into that mesh. That way we don't have any incidents. Just a little extra step that's well worth it, y'all. It's well worth it. Makes it look neater. And if you see any stragglers of that burlap, go ahead and just cut them off. Alright, so that's all of them. So let's throw this away. That throw it away. Kind of take a look at it. I can see it on the camera, so make sure all your mesh. Once I get it hung on the wall, I'll kind of get everything settled in like I want it. Make sure everything's laying exactly like I want it. Nothing's bent. before we start taking pictures. But that is basically it. Now I will go back, and this is when I go back and I'll tie the sign on. This is where I go in, I go back under that metal, and I come right back through a loop and pull it. Just making little half hitches. You know, just put it through there and pull it. Just a couple, don't 2 or 3. Just to get it tied on, and then we'll cut the excess off. Same thing. And then fold it under. You got 4 of those to do. Make sure that sign, the sign will not be coming off. If you take the sign off to use it for something else, or you will have to cut it off and put some more Chanel stamps on it, because you're tying it in a knot is what you're doing. But I don't want them coming off, so clip it short, fold it under. Same thing. I'm trying not to lay it down on the table when I do it. So just go under the little metal, back through your little loop, and pull it down. Just make your loop. And go right back in and pull it. I'm going to do it 2 or 3 times like that, and that's it. Once you get them all tied, cut, get your little hanger on it. We'll do that real quick. So get that one cut, fold him down. Last one, last call, last call. Pull it down. 2, 3, 4 times, whatever you want. Cut it, snip it off, fold it in. Now we'll take, last thing that we'll do, get that out of my way, is grab one more Chanel stem. And it doesn't matter, you can pick a coordinating color, or you can pick a color that doesn't coordinate. And I just take that one Chanel stem and I fold it over, wrap that one over and down, under and down, across each other, and then I start twisting them together. And that'll make it where it does not come apart. You won't be able to pull it apart. This is going to make the hanger. You know, you're making a circle. So find your top. Find you which way you're going to have it hanging from. Go under that top bar. Go back through itself. And then just pull it down. And now you got your little loop for your hanger right there. And that's it, y'all. Need a little cleaning up. And that's all she wrote. Hang it on the wall. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video today. I hope you enjoy the wreath. I hope you like the way the wreath looks. I hope you'll give it a try. The waffle wreaths, the pancake style wreaths are very simple. This wreath will be listed in our shop, smalltownwreathshop.com. It'll be $64.95 plus $20 flat rate shipping. So y'all can check it out there under our completed wreaths menu, or under the section, under the menu that says completed wreaths. You can see it there. So I'm Craig with the Bickums. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time, y'all.